What's up, Internet land? We're gonna get started on this Clarity Friday.
We just making flips. They still got some trades. We just taking pips. They blowing up accounts. We secure the bag. They be stressing out. We don't move like that. Every Sunday, yeah, we building up the house. Credit clean, so the lenders never doubt. We'll flex, we invest, then we reinvest. Legacy moves, we'll settle.
Where'd my sound go? It's Funday Friday, right?
They still playing, bro. We just making flips. They still got some trades. We just taking pips. They blowing up accounts. We secure the bag. They be stressing out. We don't move like that. Every Sunday, yeah, we building up the house. Credit clean, so the lenders never doubt. We'll flex, we invest, then we reinvest. Legacy moves, we'll settle for less. They not built like us. They don't wait for the setup, they just rush. They still guessing moves we discuss. Risk low, profits up, that's a must. They not built like us. They don't do what we do. They don't teach like we teach. They don't move how we move. 750 mindset, yeah, the plan locked in. It was laughing at the start, now they tryna tap in. Said we wouldn't make it, now they copying the script. We light years ahead, man, we already rich. I don't take bad trades, I just wait my turn. Every move calculated, let the profits burn. They still dreaming, we just execute.
Welcome to Clarity Friday, Funday Friday. Whatever you want to call it, that's how I know. We actually find clarity. Sunday is where we actually start our week off, where we go to the markets live. We do a live market analysis every Sunday at 6 p.m. We're trading as soon as the market open, and then we look at it through the eyes of artificial intelligence using the edge of the 750 edge razor scanners. On Monday is Mindset Monday, where we come together and just get our mind clear about our business, about our trading, about our growth and development. And right now we're learning the principle from Napoleon Hill. From Napoleon Hill. But let's get into Clarity Friday. Let's talk about consistency, because I say we do this every Sunday, every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Friday. And we talk about consistency. Most people don't struggle with discipline; they struggle with identity. You don't break habits because you're weak. You break habits because somewhere beneath the surface, you don't fully see yourself as the person who follows through. To me, tonight, we're talking about that layer. Right? Already. Because most people are inconsistent, about decisions. Like, I choose to be inconsistent. They genuinely want to show up. They want to do the work. They want to build momentum. Yet something underneath keeps shifting. Goals change. Motivation fluctuates. And yesterday's commitment kind of feels irrelevant today. And the frustration is real because the intention is genuine. My friends, you are not lazy. You're not weak-willed. But the gap between wanting consistency and achieving it can feel impossibly wide, especially when you tried and failed before. Keep in mind, it's not a discipline problem. The belief is people assume consistency comes from trying harder, wanting more, or having more willpower. So they push themselves, set bigger goals, and promise to do better next time. It won't fail. See, discipline alone rarely works long term because it requires constant decision making. Like every day becomes a negotiation with yourself. I feel like working out today. Can I just skip this workout routine just this once? But here's the real issue. The problem isn't your effort. It's not your desire. The problem isn't that you're treating consistency, is that you're treating consistency as a behavior issue, when it's actually an identity issue. Different problem, different solution. So how do we look at that? Consistency follows the identity. You always caught Kobe Bryant where? In the gym. Always follows identity. That's the black mama mentality. Kobe, gym, consistent. What you repeat consistently is directly tied to who you believe you are, not what you promise yourself or write in a journal. Your identity is the invisible operating system running beneath your choices. When someone says, I'm a runner, they don't debate going for a runner. When someone identifies as a creator, they create, even when it's inconvenient. The action flows from the identity, not from motivation or discipline. This is why two people can have the same goal, but completely different outcomes. One sees the goal as something they're trying to do. The other sees it as an expression of who they are. Identity. Who are you? Here's that core truth. Identity eliminates negotiation. It's not up for negotiation. You don't debate whether to brush your teeth because that's just what you do. The same mechanism applies to any repeated behavior. Once it's part of your identity, the decision is already made. Hope that helps somebody tonight. I really hope that landed. Rewind it, play it again if you got to. Because the identity, who you are, listening to others, being people, following, that's identity drift. When your identity isn't clear or stable, your actions change depending on your mood, pressure, or circumstance. On Monday, you're committed. On Thursday, you're week doesn't count. Now, once you've identified that and you're like, wow, realize this isn't weakness. It's what happens when there's no stable foundation underneath your choices. Without a clear identity, every action requires fresh willpower. Every decision becomes optional. And optional actions are the first to go when life gets hard. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your identity. My friends, identity creates stability. Unclear identity leads to constant negotiation, which leads to inconsistent action. Once it's consistent, it leads to a clear identity and automatic action. When you say, Deonis, what are you doing Sunday? You already know. Stock market analysis. Deonis, what happens on Wednesday? You already know. It's EMA trading. Deonis, what happens on Monday? You already know. It's mindset Monday. Deonis, what do you do on Tuesday? You already know. It's marketing madness. Deonis, on Friday, what do you do? You already know. It's clarity Friday. Automatic action. That's what stability looks like. You show up on hard days without dramatic motivation. If you want to do it or not want to do it, it doesn't matter. You brush your teeth. It's the identity. You make decisions quickly because they align with who you are. You don't need external accountability to stay on track. Oh, it's Friday. I know I'm going to get. Oh, he's live Friday. I already told the team to pull up to the mansion. Oh, we're taking trade. He don't give alerts, but he shows when the market's going live and what's the best possibility right when the market opens. I know I'm going to be at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You feel uncomfortable when you're not doing the work. When you're not plugged in on Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Friday. This is the difference between forcing behavior and embodying identity. One exhausts you, the other sustains you. People say, if you do something for 21 days, it can become a habit. So if you do something for 21 days, then we're breaking the habit that you broke. Well, talk about it. The pattern of the habit. We start strong, we build momentum, then suddenly stop. And we put it on circumstances, life, might be life, willpower, like that way. The real reason habits fail when you don't match your self-image. I mean, the behavior was never integrated into who you are, your identity. It was just something you were trying to do. Is brushing your teeth something that you're trying to do? No, would you leave out of the house? If you left out of the house and you remembered that we return back to the house because we get into our identity. You don't abandon habits. You return to identity. When the habit conflicts with how you see yourself, identity always wins. This is why someone can maintain an intense workout routine for months and completely stop and never return. The routine was built on motivation, not identity. And motivation is temporary. When identity, who you are, is settled, consistency is automatic. When your identity is clear and stable, consistency stops being a battle. You show up because that's what people like you do. You don't need perfect conditions, peak motivation, or external pressure. This is why some people seem effortlessly consistent while others struggle constantly. It's not genetics or superior discipline, no. It's settled identity versus shifting identity. Settled, shifting. On difficult days, when you're tired, stressed, unmotivated, settled identity carries you through. The hard days reveal what's actually part of your identity versus what's just performance. The beginning of every week, Sunday, shows what identity looks like under pressure. What do I mean by Sundays? It's the week. That's the start of it all. You know, we're watching like it's 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You know, as far as time, we're in our dash. What you do in your dash, is how you reflect your identity, and it's reflected upon others because they have their own identity. So, what does that look like when we start that week off? It's the beginning. This is the starting game. Number one, test your identity. If you haven't ever before, test your identity. Sunday, and there's no external pressure. Just you. Nobody watching. No immediate consequence. This reveals your true identity. What you do when it's optional shows who you actually are. And observe without judgment. Don't force it. Don't fake it. Just notice. You show up. Follow through. You say, man, I'm sitting here listening to this dude on Friday. He say he show up on Sunday and he go talk about the market live. I trade, so that's why I'm here in the first place. So I'm gonna show up on Sunday and see what we talk about. Or I just happen to be scrolling on YouTube live or Facebook and I didn't have anything planned. Of course, I do schedule my whole week out starting on Sunday, so I'm gonna come and see what he talking about. I'm gonna come back and see. He say he always show up. Bad days, good days, inconsistent days, whatever days. Doesn't matter. That's my identity. It's like the television show. Whatever your television show. Can you imagine your TV show didn't come on the day that you always like to watch it? That's their identity. So, yeah. When Sunday gets here, you're going to rationalize and show up, or you're going to delay and say, oh, I don't know, catch them next Sunday, or use it as information. See, as I start every week on a Sunday, your Sunday behavior isn't a character for how you do or whatever decision that you make. You're here and you're watching me and you say, I'm going to roll with you. What happened Sunday, now that you know and you've been invited to come Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, What happens Sunday in your behavior is not a character flaw. It's data. What you do, it's data. It shows you where your identity is solid and where it's still forming. If you are watching this Friday, Saturday, and you say, "Oh, I'm gonna check it out Sunday," and Sunday gets here, you're here or you're not here. That's data. It shows you where your identity is solid and where it's still forming. Use that clarity to build from truth and not aspiration. Like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna become a millionaire. I'm not gonna listen to the words that I'm saying to you. Most people don't struggle with consistency. They struggle with identity. Understand the shift. Stop trying to force better habits. Oh, let me just do this for 21 days. I'll get better. Let me do this for 21. Start building a clearer identity. When you know who you are, what you do becomes obvious. And what does it change once you make the shift from habit to identity? You stop negotiating with yourself every day. Should I? Should I do this? Should I do that? You stop feeling guilty about inconsistency. You stop relying on motivation to carry you. You start acting from a stable foundation. Identity removes the try harder trap. It removes shame. It removes the constant internal battle. And it prepares you for the structure, systems, and routines that actually work. Because now you have a foundation to build over. We will see each and every one of you members of the mentor community, of Giannis. We'll see you guys definitely on Sunday inside the mention. For those of you watching us live, we welcome you to come to the mention. You guys can come to the mention, get your wealth pass. Come check us out Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, inside the mention. Ask questions, go inside the membership, dig deep, get your trading questions, and yeah, get into it. It's access for free for the entire week. Beyondist.com/wealth pass. Make sure you do that and yeah, make the shift.
One shift, now I see it clear. Money moves, I ain't waiting on a year. Let's go. Mind right now, the bag appear. Whoa. Faceless wins, we ain't showing fear. Click link, that's the VIP tier. Legacy talk, now we shifting gears. No fluff, just plans and peers. One shift, now I'm out of here. One shift, now I see it clear. Money moves, I ain't waiting on a year. Mind right now, the bag appear. Faceless wins, we ain't showing fear. Click link, that's the VIP tier. Legacy talk, now we shifting gears. No fluff, just plans and peers. One shift, now I'm out of here. Breakdown. Stuck to the system, we flip it fast. Digital hustle, no questions asked. Write it down and run that play. One shift a day keeps broke away. Clocking in now, I got my own route. No cap, I'm the blueprint now. Got shaky dropping gems like boom, boom, boom. You in the room, then shift that room. One shift, now I see it clear. Money moves, I ain't waiting on a year. Let's go. Mind right now, the bag appear. Faceless wins, we ain't showing fear. Click link, that's the VIP tier. Legacy talk, now we're shifting gears. No fluff, just plans and peers. One shift, now I'm out of here. From stuck to the system, we flip it fast. Digital hustle, no questions asked. Write it down, then run that play. One shift a day keeps broke away. Clocking in now, I got my own route. No cap, I'm the blueprint now. Got shaky dropping gems like boom, boom, boom. You in the room, then shift that room.
Yeah, we out of here with that. That was it. That was fire. That was fire. I appreciate y'all giving me these 30 minutes of y'all time on this Clarity Friday. This is your boy, your host, Deonis Royale, signing out. Now, you should make that shift. Boom, boom, boom.